My subscriber milestone cake is in need of some more tears. Let's fix that. Also, yes, he is in need of repairs. Do not worry. I have all of the body parts, so I can fix him. Sorry. If you're new here, every time I hit a new subscriber milestone, I add a new tier to my giant frog cake. Today we'll be making the 800,000 layer. Let's get started. Also, this has unintentionally become a time challenge because when I originally scheduled this video, I had like 8 weeks, but life happened. I got sick, baby got sick. Now we have less than a month. So the timer starts now. We have 30 days to get this done. Let's see if we can do it. Please bear with me. We have not decorated my workshop space yet, so it looks a little sterile. Let me add something to spice it up. So, bzz, bzz. Does that help? All right, here's our cake rundown. We have 3 layers left to make. 800K, 900K, and 1 million. I want 900K and 1 million to be silver and gold, which means this is the rainbow layer. Debated heavily over how I want to do that. I have decided on cutting it up into slices and making each slice a different part of the rainbow with a different theme. Here's what we settled on. We have red chocolate cherry cake with monochrome piping details. Orange, a naked style orange spice cake. Yellow, it's a mango cheesecake. Green, strawberry matcha. Blue, cotton candy. Indigo, a lemon blueberry pea flower cheesecake. Purple, blackberry chocolate. And finally, pink is going to be a classic strawberry cake. This is a lot of work. I can see that now, especially seeing them all lined up together. That's okay. We got this. All right, we gotta get this out of here. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, I forgot I locked the wheels. Gross.
Are you tired of boring old strawberries? You look like you need new strawberry. Meet Beryl, the new strawberry. Old strawberries always go moldy, and when you hug them, their organs squish out. Not a new strawberry. New strawberry probably won't mold, and you can hug it as much as you like, no organs. Beryl is available to pre-order now on the U2's website. It'll be available for the next 4 weeks, and is expected to ship in September. But don't eat. Why would you want to eat a strawberry? Enjoy, don't eat after midnight.
Okay, I'm not gonna spend too long on the sculpting process because I think it's maybe boring for a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of people out there who would love just like a dedicated sculpting tutorial, but I think most people, their eyes will glaze over. But I'll talk a little bit about it. One of the biggest things I need to get right with the sculpting is I need to not put a lot of decorative elements on the top of the cake because we only have a little bit of wiggle room with the previous layer without, making the cake, the next cake layer giant. So we gotta make sure that everything fits. We should be good to go. I am trying to keep these looking like frogs. This is an issue I sometimes have, especially with the cake frogs, where they tend to stop looking like frogs and just become sentient cake beings. But that's fine, that's fine. But it would be nice if I could get them a little closer to frogs, so I tried. It is hard when they make fun expressions, like the sleepy one and stuff. It's hard to maintain frogs. A lot of the frogginess is in like the wide mouth, and it's hard to like make a cute little oh without just looking like ah. You may be wondering, where are their legs? I don't know. Probably with the piece of cake they were stolen from. Because this isn't the one they belong to. What kind of cursed, round, fat-looking cakes do these things belong to? Do I need to make a mini version of one of them? So we can just see like it's just like a round disc with like a tiny face and nubbin legs. Comment which slice you'd like to see turned into a full cake, like a mini version, of course. What am I doing? Beryl should be here for this. Chunky. Look how fat he is. I love it. Because we're already chopping this cake up into 8 different slices, the pieces are actually each going to fit pretty well on my print bed, but I am going to have to cut them in half. But the excellent news is that means seaming is going to be much easier, adding lots of drain holes so that we can properly clean them out, and so we don't have any resin pooling on the inside. At this size, each piece will take about 10 hours to print. Armed with my forced air respirator, let's see how our prints did. That looks fine. That looks fine. That one looks fine. That looks a little weird. The last 2 pieces have been printed. Let's go see how they turned out. Fingers crossed that they look good because then we are done printing. I hope so. Not to jinx myself. If it fails, I'm gonna cry. Let's see. That looks good. I mean, you can't really see it, but that is good. No! No! Oh, that looks like give it a picture, Christina. Are you prepared for this horror show? He says I'm melting. I'm sorry, bro. Ugh. All right, we have all of our pieces here. 16 cake pieces. Just kind of realizing how all of this is stacking up. My husband very kindly started putting some of them together for me. Ooh, but as you can see, hopefully, we've got some seaming to do. Yeah, I gotta Bondo these. Bondo them, seam them, and do all this fun stuff. Let's slap on some Bondo and then we're gonna sand them. So my husband and I share the shop and sometimes he's in here doing his own thing. What's this? What's that man up to? Huh? Also, if you have a frog you would like to see in squishy foam, let me know.
It's Bondo time. Remember, always use a respirator when you use Bondo. It's nasty stuff. I've learned the saying, if you can smell it, you're killing brain cells. Also, after doing all this, I learned that you can actually blend the edges while the Bondo is still wet with some acetone, which would have been more helpful to know earlier. That's okay. Under the time crunch, my husband actually helped me seam most of these. Hee 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 hee. I'm going to start with the orbital sander to get the big chunks done, and for the finer details, I'll go in with the Dremel and some sandpaper. Now, rinse and repeat for hours.
I hate sanding.
I'm going to prime these in a white Sandable primer because most of these are going to be pretty bright colors and we'll need the white base. But I recommend gray if you're using more mid-tone color.
Printing and sanding are finally done. I cut out like 12 hours of sanding between me and my husband. Moving on to paint. I did go ahead and base out all of them in just some cheap craft paint just because these take a lot of paint and I didn't want to waste my mini paints on building up the opacity.
Bad crafter. I used way more paint than I would have because that paint is so sheer. Bad crafter.
Also, these are matte paints, but they're like extra matte. They kind of feel like touching an unglazed pot. The game plan. Actually, I don't have a game plan. I'm just gonna start painting. I'm starting to panic a little bit because I'm realizing that this video is supposed to go up on the 29th. It's currently the 22nd, which means I need to paint all of these in like 3 days and edit the video. We got this, we got this. We'll see. I'm trying to finish the 2 cheesecakes today, which hopefully shouldn't be too unreasonable. Oh yeah, and I'm painting the lemon on here pink first before I paint it yellow. That was the tip that I was given for painting yellow things. It just makes it it gives it a warmer, brighter base, so your yellow shines. I will say the best part of paint is when you put the eyeballs on. That's when they look like a frog. That's when they come to life. Oh my God, he has a soul now that he has eyeballs. Get out of here, lamp. I have 1 piece done. Ta-da-da! Only 7 more pieces to go. Not panicking at all. All right, next cake. This is what I go through to try to get good footage for you all. Let's see if it pays off. Also, I know not all of you are interested in froglet updates, but the little lad has started crawling. I swear he started crawling and 2 days later, he'd like mastered it and he can get anywhere he desires now. I am not prepared. We have a little playpen for him, which he used to love, has his toys in it, he could hang out safely, and he recently realized it is in fact a baby jail. He wants nothing to do with it now. Blocking out all of the major shapes like the flamingo and all that stuff takes the longest. But it's so satisfying because like once that part's done, it's like it feels done, even though it's not. Like I still have a lot of rendering to do. But ooh, you can get the vision. You can see the vision. It's a new day. I did finish a 2nd piece yesterday. 2 down. We're trying to get 2 more done today. If I can keep at the 2 a day pace that we're going, then we'll be in good shape. Today we're gonna be working on the matcha. I did want to mention, you should always thin your paints if you're using miniature paints. Highly recommended. That's why this is called 2 thin coats, because you need 2 thin coats. My husband jokes when I use it, he's like, honey, it's called 2 thin coats, not 1 thick coat. I do tend to thin any like whites and beiges though, because no matter the brand that I've tried, they are usually kind of dry and can get really streaky and chunky if you're not careful. I also need to brown the sides, the way cakes kind of brown in the oven to get like the crusty brown edge. I need to add that detail to all the cakes. We got 2 more pieces done, the matcha and the strawberry matcha. I am regretting not making the inside of the matcha cake matcha flavored, because I kind of wish we had more green representation in the cake. But I can't dwell on that too long. We're gonna try to paint the orange and the red one next. I'm saving the cotton candy for last because that one's going to be a pain. That's the most tedious one, so we're just gonna not think about it right now. Last piece, last piece. We saved one of the trickiest for last, unfortunately. Because I have to go through and mask out all these little dollops and the strips and macarons. Got this, last one, last one. You can see my poor seaming on this one. Shh, no you can't, don't look at it. Okay, we have all the pieces done. Just sprayed one now, and now we just need to make sure that they make it to the shop safely. Let's venture now for our reveal. Here's the situation. We've got protective foam. Buckle up, cake pieces, hang in there. We're gonna need a bigger table. Are you prepared for the reveal? Okay, now I need to put the rest of the cake on top, which I'm a little nervous for. We are gonna be building like a piece underneath to like hold all the pieces together, because without that, I'm a little worried that the pieces are just gonna great, googly moogly. Good Lord, okay. Full disclosure, the blueberry piece doesn't quite fit. The blueberries are too big.
We gotta make sure that everything fits.
Ignore that, everything else is fine. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for joining the Frog Army and making this possible. I'm really happy with how it turned out. As I always say, I hope the wait was worth it. I am still doing the next 2 layers. They should be in the same video. When? I don't know. If you're still watching to the end, let me know. Which one's your favorite? Huge shout out as always to my patrons. They make this all possible. We have a great little group over there. If you'd like to join, we have 2 tiers. We have the one that allows you to vote for the Frog of the Month, and then the higher tier gets you access to the STLs for the Frog of the Month. We also have a group chat where people share their art, frog related and not frog related. It's a great crowd over there. Everyone's super sweet, and they all have amazing ideas. Next, we're making a gumball machine. So if you don't see me for a bit, it's because that's what I'm working on. But thanks for watching. Until next time, bye. Cake slices. Am I forgetting anything?
George, no!
No, I don't think so.